I know people who've gotten jobs through that.
Well, a lot of it is this sort of one-on-one connection of trying to meet more people. And I know that if you're looking for a job, that you start feeling sort of downtrodden. And especially if people around you start getting jobs and you don't have one yet. So I think part of it is just trying to go out and talk to other people and letting them know that you are looking for a job and what your skill set is. Reaching out to your alumni database, even if you don't know the people, but if you have a particular kind of interest and the person isn't even in your area, and being flexible. So for mentoring, I mean, don't be afraid to contact strangers. Sometimes strangers have really come through for me more than someone who has known me for 10 years because they want to be helpful, even if it's just so they feel better, like they feel highly about themselves, like they're the kind of person who gets things done. The federal government now is having more of an effort to hire people with disabilities. I know that's happening in the president's office as well, but it's horrible right now. There are lots of people who are, and a lot of my law students who are taking more policy kind of jobs, investigator kind of jobs, even with federal agencies, because they're turning to 10 years of experience so they can get law jobs. I mean, it's terrible. So you're not alone in that, but try to work it as much as you can for people who might look out for you in that process.
The federal government has a workforce recruitment program, so that's an avenue. And then the American Association of People with Disabilities, they've got a lot of programs too.
Well, I think we're about out of time, but I know we'll be around throughout the day, so if anybody has any other questions, feel free to come.
Thank you again to all our panelists. Crazy flavors, should be a lot of fun. Yes, so we've had the morning of bar accommodations and jobs. This afternoon, we're going to talk about career aspirations and technology and sort of try and go a little more upbeat. But
warming fuzzy.
But we have plastic animals. We have plastic animals for everybody, and I brought a bunch of these are the American University. A bunch of us spoke, or a handful of us from NALSWD spoke at a panel 2 years ago. It was a conference for deans of student services at law schools about how to accommodate your students, and we were sort of the student panel telling them to get their act together. So, and they just sent a ton of reprints, and I'm going to leave them out. I also have can send you Westlaw sites for the accessible version. I do not have it on a disc. I'm sorry about that, but can send it electronically if you just scrap a hold of any of those.
And lunch has arrived. We have lunch for sort of all kinds of dietary needs. So if you have something in particular, come talk to me or one of the board members and we can point you towards the right stuff.
If you're on a macaroon-only diet.
We don't want to share those. You try those. And we're back for the next panel at 1:45. So you've got 2 hours. You can go back to the hotel, go out to lunch if you don't like our food. But hope to see you this afternoon.